It was a quiet Thursday morning in Maryland, but for fans of the Real Housewives of Potomac, the peace shattered like glass. News broke that one of the franchise's most respected and educated stars, Dr. Wendy Osefo, and her husband, Eddie Osefo, had been arrested and indicted by a Maryland grand jury. The charges? Allegedly falsely reporting a home burglary and committing fraud in connection with that claim. For many who've followed Wendy's rise, this revelation seemed almost unthinkable. Dr. Wendy Osefo wasn't just another reality TV personality chasing fame. She was a scholar, a professor, and a political commentator. She was known for her intelligence, her fierce debates on screen, and her journey as a Nigerian-American woman breaking barriers in academia and television. But on October 9, 2025, that carefully curated image collided with something very different: the cold reality of a criminal indictment. According to court documents, Wendy and her husband Eddie were both 41 years old when they were taken into custody. Each faces multiple counts of fraud and making false or misleading statements. Wendy was charged with 16 counts, while Eddie, an attorney and LMMD businessman, faces 18. These weren't minor misdemeanors. They were serious felony-level allegations that could carry years of prison time if proven true. Authorities say the case began months earlier, back on April 7, 2024, when the Carroll County Sheriff's Office received a call from the Osefo residence in Finksburg, Maryland. Deputies rushed to the scene after the couple reported that their home had been burglarized. According to the official report, the Osefos claimed they had just returned from a vacation, a family trip abroad, when they found their home ransacked. They told officers that jewelry, designer handbags, shoes, and luxury goods were missing, with an estimated total value exceeding $200,000. The responding deputies documented the scene, noted the couple's statements, and began what initially appeared to be a straightforward burglary investigation. But as the days went by, inconsistencies began to emerge. Detectives noticed discrepancies between what was allegedly stolen and what had actually been purchased or returned in the months prior. After obtaining retail transaction records and reviewing credit card activity, investigators discovered that around $20,000 worth of items that the Osefos claimed were stolen had actually been returned to the stores where they were bought, before the reported burglary date. That alone raised red flags. But then came the most striking piece of evidence. Photographs and social media images surfaced showing Wendy wearing some of the very jewelry she had claimed was stolen, after the date of the supposed break-in. When detectives confronted this evidence, the story began to unravel. The sheriff's office later confirmed that they sought and executed a search warrant at the Osefo home, collecting physical evidence to corroborate their findings. Soon after, a grand jury reviewed the evidence, and the indictment followed. The arrest was swift. On October 9, 2025, both Wendy and Eddie were taken into custody. They were booked, photographed, fingerprinted, a surreal image for fans who had only ever seen them in Bravo's glamorous settings. Their mugshots quickly spread online, but notably, both were seen smiling faintly, a defiant gesture that caught public attention. Within 24 hours, they were released on bond, reportedly returning home in good spirits. A spokesperson issued a statement thanking supporters and insisting that the couple looked forward to clearing their names in court. The message was careful, measured, and respectful. At this time, they respectfully ask for privacy as they focus on their family and the legal process ahead. Still, the damage was done, and the internet buzzed with speculation. Fans began dissecting every episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac, every social media post, and every interview, searching for signs that might hint at turmoil beneath the surface. To understand the shock this caused, one must remember who Wendy Osefo is and what she represents. She joined the Real Housewives of Potomac in Season 5, back in 2020. Unlike many of her castmates, Wendy wasn't born into fame or fortune. She was born in Nigeria and immigrated to the United States with her family as a child. Her parents placed immense value on education, and she lived up to that expectation, earning 4 degrees, including a PhD in public affairs from Rutgers University. Before reality TV, Wendy was known as a professor at Johns Hopkins University and a political commentator featured on major networks like CNN and MSNBC. She had built a reputation as a woman of intellect, blending academic authority with cultural relevance. Eddie Osefo, her husband, was equally accomplished. A practicing attorney and entrepreneur, Eddie founded a cannabis brand called Happy Eddie, which he had been promoting in recent years as a wellness and lifestyle business. The couple presented themselves as the epitome of a modern, successful, educated family, balancing tradition, ambition, and family life. That's why this case hit so hard. How could two people who seemed to have everything, education, opportunity, fame, and fortune, risk it all for what prosecutors say was a staged burglary? For Bravo and the Real Housewives franchise, this was yet another scandal in a long list of legal troubles across its various shows. Over the years, audiences have seen housewives from Beverly Hills to Salt Lake City entangled in criminal allegations, from fraud and tax evasion to conspiracy and theft. The line between reality and real life has blurred, and now, Potomac has its own headline-making controversy. Just months before this, another RHOP cast member, Karen Huger, had completed a 1-year prison sentence after pleading guilty to DUI and related charges. Fans had just begun to process her comeback when the Osefo story hit. The timing only deepened the sense of chaos surrounding the show. As for Wendy and Eddie, they've remained relatively quiet since their arrest. Insiders say Bravo cameras may have captured parts of their lives during the investigation, though the network has not yet issued any official comment. Whether or not this legal turmoil will make it onto the next season of The Real Housewives of Potomac remains unclear, but if it does, it could become one of the most explosive storylines the franchise has ever seen. Meanwhile, legal experts in Maryland have pointed out that false reporting and insurance fraud are treated seriously under state law. Depending on how prosecutors pursue the case, each count could carry penalties ranging from fines to potential prison time. If convicted on all charges, the Osefos could face years behind bars. But so far, they maintain their innocence, and their legal team is preparing a robust defense. What happens next will likely unfold over many months. There will be court dates, filings, motions, and perhaps even televised coverage of the proceedings. In the court of public opinion, some fans have rushed to their defense, while others believe the evidence already speaks volumes. But one thing is clear: this isn't just another reality TV feud. This is real life, with real consequences. For Wendy, the stakes are enormous. Beyond her Bravo career, she risks her reputation as a professor and political analyst. For Eddie, as a licensed attorney, a conviction could jeopardize his legal credentials and business ventures. Their future, both professionally and personally, hangs in the balance. As of now, both Wendy and Eddie are back home, surrounded by their children, trying to navigate this storm. Their friends and supporters say they remain hopeful, faithful, and confident that the truth will come out in court. And yet, this story remains a reminder of something deeper: the thin line between fame and downfall, between perception and reality. In the age of cameras and confessionals, where every moment can be spun for entertainment, the Osefo case shows that not all drama can be edited away. Some of it unfolds in the real world, in front of judges, lawyers, and flashing police lights. As the case proceeds, viewers, fans, and the entire Real Housewives community will be watching, not just for the outcome, but for the message it sends. Because in the world of reality TV, truth may be stranger than fiction, but this time, it's the law that has the final say.